best player on Nate McMillan's team, went down with a horrible knee injury. Everybody and their mother and their sister thought it's a wrap for the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers played in the playoffs. If you can get your team to the playoffs without your best player, you did one hell of a coaching job. And you should have been either coach of the year number 2. The dude who I think should have won coach of the year goes by the name of Glenn Doc Rivers. Illinois bias, Chicagoland bias, just in case you want to know. Now I see. But now on the serious side, I think Doc Rivers should have won. Doc Rivers got rid of Tobias Harris and a couple other players. Everybody said, oh man, they trading away people. They are giving up. And that's when they took off. And it's not a slight against Tobias Harris. It is a pat on the back for Glenn Rivers. Doc Rivers coached his ass off this season. Coach Budenholzer had the best record in the NBA this year. You cannot refute that. You cannot dispute that. He had the league MVP. He had a couple All-Stars, a couple lottery picks, and my man Bledsoe. He had those dudes playing their asses off. He coached up Giannis Antetokounmpo from very good to league MVP. There's no way to really begrudge him. But when you strip the guts from a team in the so-called best Western Conference, I think you should be the coach of the year. Now, Coach B, man, the dude is coaching his ass off up in there in Milwaukee. I wish he'd quit his job and take a 90-minute ride down to Chicago, 2 blocks away from my house, and be working at the United Center for the Chicago Bulls. But he ain't gonna do that. So I'm not this, it's not, oh man, he shouldn't have won. I'm looking at the entire picture. When you look at Coach B, when you look at the cat in Toronto, will be number 4, number 3, number 2 and 1 and 1A will be Doc and Nate McMillan. When you lose the guts of your team, or they trade away mid-season the guts of your team, and your team continues to excel, I think you deserve to be coach of the year because, in my opinion, of course, it's difficult to coach a Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's difficult to coach a LeBron James, a Anthony Davis, or any of these supers, Kevin Durant, any of these superstars in the NBA right now. It's difficult to coach them. That goes without saying. But what also goes without saying is this. If you can adjust on the fly, and that, again, is one of the key components in being a successful coach on any level in any sport, then what happens is this. You have shown yourself to be a better coach. So, big ups to Coach Budenholzer, but I do believe Glenn Doc Rivers. Now, with that being said, let me move on over to baseball. I'm gonna switch gears, and if any of the ladies felt disrespected, I ain't mean like they tried to lie my man LeVar Ball for that. He stepped up when Kawhi didn't play. Yeah, but on the games that he didn't play. Good one, Big LeVar. Okay, I give you that, but I still would pick the snitch. And it might be a little left-hand bias. With that being said, I got my man, number 1 Chief Rocker. He's already threatened my residence. I do hear a ticking noise in my house. So this would be the MLB Power Rankings for this week. If my house blows up, I'm just letting y'all know. Number 1 Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern, blew up my crib. I'm just letting you know. Chief Rocker didn't kill me. He my man, but Chief Rocker and I already threatened me on the Saturday show. He said I'm gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up. So if his team ain't where it's supposed to be, and y'all hear real loud noise, understand I'm not gonna be on next week, and Chief Rocker killed. That's all I'm saying. He my man, but he love them Yankees. So that's all I'm saying. But before I even get to that, man, big ups to the Chicago White Sox, the Dodgers, the Minnesota Twins, for extending the safety nets in the park. For those who don't know, and this is why you need to listen to HRAP Radio, HRAP and the bench, we tell the truth on here, man. We tell the truth. And the reason I'm telling the truth is because the reason I'm even bringing this up, for those who don't know, the Los Angeles Stars is one of the greatest organizations in the history of sports. They consistently win. They consistently pump out talent from their minor leagues. This is first class organization all the way. There's nothing bad to say about the Dodgers. But a young lady, baseball has evolved like most sports. There's certain things that you can't get away with that you used to be able to get away with. One of the things you can't get away with anymore is not having these safety nets up in front of your fans along the first and third base lines. The reason I'm saying this is because a year ago, a young lady, 10 years old at the Dodger game, foul ball hit towards her, it hit her on her head. She died. She subsequently died from that injury, maybe a week later. You don't hear this on ESPN because they don't want to damage the brand of Major League Baseball. Even though I love baseball, I'm going to talk about this because it is what it is. But I got to give it up to the Dodgers, Detroit Tigers, Minnesota Twins, and the Chicago White Sox for extending those nets. I'm pissed off at Rob Manfred in regards to this because Rob Manfred, when that young lady died, Rob Manfred of Major League Baseball should have put those nets up around Major League Baseball in every stadium. If we are not there to watch the game, we can't live through a game. We can't be there to watch. Y'all can't make no money in no baseball play. Rob Manfred, I understand that you are doing quality control. You're trying to control a chaotic situation. You've done a masterful job because that story is not out in the public. Most people have never heard of this young lady dying in LA due to an injury and being struck in the head by baseball. I'm one of those people who love going there. I've had seats on the first base line. I always said I want to catch baseball, so I understand the excitement and wanting to be there. But if you're a baseball fan like me and others who are in the chat room, you've seen people bats slip out of people's hands, and women. I've seen a woman get her head busted. I'm just telling you about a young lady getting hit in the head by a foul ball. This is something that's way beyond, this way past due. Big ups to the White Sox again, Detroit Tigers, Minnesota Twins, and the Dodgers are doing it, and the Tampa Bay Rays are doing it. Ain't nobody at them damn games. You got to damn near throw a ball at somebody and hit them in Tampa Bay, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But big ups to them for doing it, man. But Rob Manfred, you've done a piss poor job, and I'm gonna have to tell you to
sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
For not making this a rule. It's piss poor management. It's sad ass management. But big ups to the teams that have stepped up and protecting their fans. Hey, without the fans, you don't have a another thing. Speaking of Tampa, I'm gonna get to you in a second, Mo. I see your statement. I'm gonna get to you in a second. Speaking of Tampa, move the damn team out of Tampa, people. It's more people in my house right now, which ain't that many. Oh, it's only me and my daughter. It's damn near more people. Same amount of people. You look around my house, you see the same amount of people you see at the Tampa Rays game. Baseball, no disrespect to my sister Mocha Bella. Baseball don't work in Florida, y'all. I'm sorry. People in Florida watch baseball, but they don't come their ass out and sit in that hot ass sun and get rained on all the time down in South Florida. It's just not. It's not one of those. It's just one of those things that don't work everywhere. Everything. As my man Big Chris used to say on the show. Big ups to my man Big Chris, the footwork rock. Chris used to always say on the show, everything ain't for everybody. Baseball ain't for South Florida, man. The Tampa Bay Rays are currently in negotiations or going through the talks to see if they can move back up to move to Montreal. Hopefully they can bring the Expos back. I used to be a big Montreal Expos fan. Baseball was thriving there until they wanted a new stadium. Hopefully they can do a new stadium, but there's a lot of red tape that goes there. Either that, I need to find another place to put this team. No disrespect to the state of Florida. Every time I've been down there, I had a great time. I love the state. See, move the damn alligators. I'm not really big on clowns and alligators. I don't like clowns, rats, alligators. It ain't got nothing to do with the show. I just had to put that out. I hate clowns. Clown. What the hell is a clown? Who came up with clowns? But anyway, Tampa Rays may be playing half their games in Montreal, half their games in Florida, which is stupid as hell. Why don't you just move the team? Major League Baseball, fun, the Rays moving. Why are you asking? They have one of the worst stadiums in all of Major League Baseball. Why are you asking for a new stadium so they can be empty just like the ones with the Marlins? After the Marlins won 2 World Series, fire sale went down, great players were traded. Exactly. My man Mochi said, I played devil's advocate to hear your opinion. Doc had 2 players in the race for 6th man of the year. How's that possible since obviously one, if not both players should have been starting. Just because you see, to have 2 players in 6th man of the year, again, this is why I made that charge against you, Mo. Just because you are a sixth man of the year candidate don't mean that you can start. There are a bunch of players that are uncomfortable coming off the bench starting. You may suck all to be damned when you start. One Jamal Crawford, he was very, very average as a starter. But coming off the bench, he the man. Eddie Johnson out here in Chicago, at a great high school, the West Orange Vocational High School, University of Illinois. You notice how I threw all those Chicago and Illinois plugs in there, y'all. But he did not play well as a starter. So just because you are a great six man does not mean that you're a great starter. Two, being a great six man does not mean that you're putting up big numbers. Case in point, 1987, 1986, Boston Celtics, Bill Walton beat Eddie Johnson, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 rebounds, like 3 assists a game. Eddie Johnson averaged 19 points that year. But Bill Walton's impact on the game, it was greater than Eddie Johnson's impact on the game. So he would maybe finish second. Hell, Ricky Pierce averaged like 19 that year, 18, 19 that year, or 16, 19 that year. Eddie Johnson was the best off the bench that year. Eddie Johnson, one of the top scorers off the bench in NBA history. So just because you put up big numbers or you have a litany of great games, don't mean you could just be. Look, perfect example of what I'm saying. Stephen Curry scored 47 points. Stephen Curry scored 47 points in an NBA Finals game. They never got within 7 points. They never got within 7 points that night. He scored 47. So when you don't get within 7, that makes it look like your 47 points were pointless. And I'm not saying that they were, but what was the impact on the game of that 47 points? So just because you were in the running for sixth man of the year, you could be averaging a bunch of rebounds. You could be a dude who's a lockdown defender. I don't understand why Andre Iguodala is never in the conversation for sixth man of the year, because Iggy don't put up big numbers, but his impact on the game is awesome. So I think Doc Rivers is the sixth man of the year, the coach of the year, simply because he did more with less. Anytime, in my opinion, Mo, you do more with less, I'm going to give you the nod. Not Coach B, excellent job. The coach up there in Toronto, obviously, he did an excellent job. His best player missed 22 games, or like Big Illinois said, he coached up Pascal Siakam. People stopped talking crazy about Kyle Lowry. And I'm going to talk about people that talk about Kyle Lowry, because y'all heard me stick up Kyle Lowry earlier this season, saying, hey, maybe his impact is different than scoring, and he showed and proved that. And it had to be highlighted in the NBA Finals. And maybe that's why, I would say that's why, even though you got two people in the sixth man of the year running, when your best two players get traded away, they gut your team at the trade deadline. And from that point you take off, I'm forced to say, hey man, you did a better coaching job than most, because there was not that much turmoil anywhere outside of Indiana. But the dude who won it, it ain't like they gave it to Manny Moore Jack. It's not like, hey man, this dude was 500. They gave it to a dude who kicked ass. This dude who, even as you stated, won basically the regular season in the NBA. And it's not a slight. He did. He had the most wins in the regular season. So you got to give it up. But I just think when it comes to coaching is about adjustments. Coaching is about adjusting to the players you have and adjusting to the game that is being played currently. And Doc and Nate did the best jobs of that. That's why I would say that. But I mean, again, dog, I ain't saying that they are wrong. I'm just disagreeing. I mean, it's just one of those situations where I'm not giving it to them, but it's all love with that. You know what I mean? So, with that being, now I'm gonna go ahead and put my life in jeopardy with the top 10 teams in Major League Baseball. My power rankings, they continue to slip. Actually, this team stepped up, man. They did a little thing. Shout out to Albert Pujols, went back to St. Louis. And big ups to the fans, even though probably if he came back for 8 years, they probably wouldn't have reacted this way because they were upset. And big ups to two things. Big ups to Albert Pujols for taking the money. He took $250 million versus staying with a